Hey guys, it's me Saran back with another video. I'm reading this article about New Orleans and Hurricane Katrina because we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina and the destruction that it leveled upon New Orleans. And I just really had to make this video. It's going to be part 2 to my video on gentrification. I already have, part 1, which you guys have seen. Because I'm reading this article and I just really can't stop thinking, like, gentrification is fucking colonialism. Like, everything that I read, as I get like further and further in this article, I'm reading this article by the Daily Beast, which I will link in the description box for you guys. It's a long read, but it's a really good read. It's totally worth it. And all I can think as I'm reading is like, gentrification is colonialism. Gentrification is colonialism. Gentrification is colonialism. Like, I'm gonna read you guys the definition for colonialism. Colonialism, the policy or practice of acquiring full or partial political control over another country, occupying it with settlers, and exploiting it economically. And according to Wikipedia, colonialism is the establishment, exploitation, maintenance, acquisition, and expansion of colony in one territory by a political power from another territory. It is a set of unequal relationships between the colonial power and the colony, and often between the colonists and the indigenous population. Now, colonialism is illegal, right? You can't walk into fucking Iowa and say, this shit is all mine now. I own Iowa and y'all gotta go, right? But gentrification and this displacement that we see in cities and in major American cities especially, of this displacement of black people by white people, it's quite legal, and it happens all the time, and it's happening right now currently in a lot of major American majority black cities. Washington, D.C., which is where I'm from. It's happening in Detroit, it's happening in New Orleans, it's happening in New York City, in Harlem, in Brooklyn. You see this displacement. You see this influx of white people that come in. They come in and take advantage of the low rent. They come in to take advantage of the area. They come in and take advantage of the people that live there, the black and brown bodies that don't have any agency because of institutionalized racism in this country. They come in, they take over, and they kick people out. Right? They say, this mine now. This my shit now. This my bike now. This my bike now. Okay, Depot. Okay, you got it. You got it. They come in. They say, this is mine now. They raise the rent. They kick us out. They displace us. That is colonization. Gentrification is colonization. It's violence. It's white people are fucking soulless parasites, right? I'm reading this New Orleans article, and it's really making me upset, because it's like, I learned a new term, disaster capitalism, which I had never heard before, but is so appropriate for what we saw in New Orleans and for what we're seeing in Detroit. You have these cities that are hit by disaster, be it natural, be it man-made. Since they're majority black cities, the government just abandons them. The government just throws their hands up in the air and says, oh, we can't help you niggas. In Detroit, they basically let Detroit fucking, turn into the Wild Wild West. No water, no police, crumbling buildings, crumbling infrastructure. They basically let Detroit go, the American government, right? And then what happened? You saw these disaster capitalists come and say, well, the rent is low, and, I talked about this in my other video on gentrification. The rent is low, and, it's cheap. I can get all this space, and, I can invest my considerable amount of capital, because white people tend to have more capital, even if just in their white skin, they have automatic capital because they're white. They come in and they take over, and they don't care. They don't care about the people that were already living there. They don't care about the culture that already existed there. They literally come in and they take shit. I want it, so I'm gonna fucking take it. Like, and that's white privilege. And they do the same thing with language, which is something we were talking about on Twitter the other day, how white people don't give a fuck about finding out where a term came from, a slang term, or what it actually means. They hear it, words like squad, or bae, or fuck boy. They hear it, they decide they like it. They don't care about where it came from. They don't care about fucking understanding the cultural significance of the word. They don't care about fucking learning about the definition behind it. I like it. I want it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna make up my own definition for it. I'm white, so I gotta be right. Columbusan ass motherfuckers. They Columbus everything. They colonize everything. They're like aliens. An alien invasion. An alien colony. They fucking come in and they just take. They're fucking soulless leeches. They're fucking demonic. Like, and I'm just reading this shit and I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. This is just wild. I've been a lot. I don't have cable, so I don't like live tweet TV. But I like live tweet when I'm reading something. I do that all the time. Any of you guys that follow me on Twitter know that I like live tweet while I'm reading, like my thoughts, and like I put like passages, like, because that's what I do. You know, I put, it's insane how our government abandons Black American cities, Detroit, New Orleans, only to show interest in them when white people arrive. Gentrification is such a violation. They will literally let your city fester and die. Whites swoop in to take advantage of low rents, and all of a sudden it's a developing area, which is a term that I heard a lot in New York, as they suck the life and culture out of it. And someone wrote me back, I wish we would really get the niceties out of the way and call it what it is, an invasion, a displacement. It's colonialism. It's colonialism. Gentrification is a serious problem in American cities, you know? It's modern day colonialism. It is fucking violence, you know? And then I put some clips from the article because I live tweet myself reading. As the Bring New Orleans Back Commission, which is a commission that they created in New Orleans to try to rebuild the city. As the Bring New Orleans Back Commission held hearings in fall of 2005, architects and planners advocated a smaller urban footprint, letting areas of hardest hit New Orleans East and the lower Ninth Ward revert to water and swamp, compensate the homeowners, have them move to dry areas, and put an emphasis on new medium rises. And I said, look at that. They were going to let the whole lower Ninth go. And who lived in the lower Ninth Ward? Niggas! They were going to let it go and focus on medium rises, aka condos, okay? Because that is what white people do. They invade your shit, then turn their noses up at it in order to build new ugly shit with no culture. They come into your fucking neighborhood. It's nothing but black and brown bodies living there that have created our own culture. We fucking create our culture out of nothing because we always motherfucking broke. They come in and they're like, oh, this culture's kind of cool. This rent is kind of cool. I'm going to come in and I'm going to just take this shit over. And I'm going to just, and I'm the boss now. I'm the boss now. I don't like you sitting on your front stoop, so every time you do it, I'm going to call the cops on you. I don't like you listening to music, so every time you do it, I'm going to call the motherfucking cops on you because this is my shit now. This is my bike. Anyways, yeah, this is a rant video because I'm pissed. You know, I'm pissed. Gentrification is a problem. Integration, this is another comment that someone left me. Integration is when you work to keep the basic framework character, but you work to improve upon it. It's not swooping in, taking over with impunity and telling people who live there 10, 20, 30 plus years what to do and you just arrive. Now again, that is colonialism. You're coming into an area where people already live. And all of a sudden, since you're white, you the boss of them. And you telling them what to do and what not to do and what they can and can't do in their own neighborhood. Y'all are coming in. Y'all are raising up the fucking rent prices and raising up all this shit just because you're white. Just because you're white. Because like I said, white people carry capital in their skin alone. That is white privilege. Just because you're white. Now all of a sudden shit start going up and people can't afford to live there anymore, and you just want to change everything, and you want to shut down the bodega because you didn't feel comfortable going there. You want to open up a Trader Joe's. Like, that's colonialism. Fucking soulless, fucking parasitic ass motherfuckers. Fucking vampires. I'm gonna read some more tweets. So the report about wanting to get rid of the Ninth Ward and build the fucking condos. The report was so overreaching, so absent of legitimate local input, and disdainful of the democratic process that it served as a wake-up call regarding the new elite agenda for the city, which is basically they did not want the poor people and the black people to come back to a city that was fucking majority black and majority poor pre-Katrina. They did not want the poor people and the black people to come back. They basically wanted to rebuild the city in the image of rich fucking white people. Which reminds me, one of y'all recommended that I watch the show, The Originals, which is the show about white vampires building New Orleans, and I was so offended when I read the fucking blurb, because New Orleans is an African city. It was built by fucking Africans. It has the culture of Africans. It has the soul and the spirit and the food of Africans. Even in this article that I was reading, it said like New Orleans remains, you know, America's most African city, which is also a part of why they're trying to fucking rip everything out of that city and rebuild it. And I'm completely offended at the concept of the originals, which is that a fucking set of white vampires built New Orleans. Fuck whoever came up with the fucking concept of this show. Fuck you, you fucking revisionist history ass white motherfucker, because I know it was a white person. Anyways, since half of the city's residents were expected never to return, the experts opined, the city would have pockets of rebuilt homes and streets with only a few homes surrounded by blight. I was like, no. You don't get to come in New Orleans and say, well, these niggas ain't coming back. These broke ass niggas ain't coming back. So tear all this shit out and build new expensive shit. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Like, and turn the city that was poor and black and rich in culture into a white elitist tourist trap. It is infuriating. White people are fucking infuriating. You guys are fucking infuriating. In a chapter called Public Housing and Disaster Capitalism, Gratz assesses that the post-Katrina demolition of housing products as HUD funded replacement of old low-income units with newer townhouse structures points to someone not wanting the poor to come home. Central to this logic was creating better, safer neighborhoods, but many of these residents were the backbone of the city's low-wage workforce, especially the hotel maids and restaurant kitchen workers. Contrary to myth, most of the people in these communities worked, although at disgracefully low-paying jobs. So the logic there is, well, we could just tear down these projects because all the niggas that were living in these projects was nothing but lazy-ass fucking black animals anyway that didn't do shit and didn't work. And we don't even want those niggers to come back to the city. Rip all that shit out and build nice, brand new, shiny, expensive townhomes that nobody but rich fucking crackers will be able to afford. The shit makes me so mad, you guys. The shit makes me so mad, you guys, you know? What should the city have done in the situation it faced in 2005? How could New Orleans have made a swifter, smarter, equitable recovery? And then this person put the answer. The state should have fronted the money for infrastructure repair in the $500 million range and taken aggressive action to collect from FEMA. Here, however, there was conflict, a charitable understatement of the view among many who saw New Orleans as a Babylonian outback of crime, poverty, and corruption. And the translation of that is, those niggas are animals, so let them drown. I don't want to give those niggers my money. I don't give a fuck about them, and I don't give a fuck about their city. And that's really what happened. And that's also really what happened in Detroit. And that's also really what's happening in Chicago. Well, those niggers are animals anyway. I don't give a fuck about them or their fucking city. Let them fucking run their city into the ground, even though, you know, they're a part of fucking America and they're supposed to be a part of American government. I don't give a fuck because they're fucking black. I don't care. That's how white people are. And then, after the city has been, you know, pretty much washed away in terms of New Orleans, or pretty much fucking demolished in terms of fucking Detroit, once all the factories moved out, what do the white people do? They say, just like in Hey Arnold, the vacant lot, which was my fucking example that I used in my other gentrification video. They say, that looks like a nice, you know, open concept of a city for me to come in and do whatever I want and remake that shit in my image. Fuck all the people that's already living there. Fuck all the culture that shit already has. Fuck all the shit that's already there. I'm white, so I gotta be right. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna stick my fucking flag and my fucking monument and say, all this shit is mine now. And it is colonialism and it is fucking violence and it really pisses me off. And now you have this disaster capitalism too, of people trying to fucking capitalize off of these disasters and off of the fucking black struggle, which is really what this is. Fuck you guys. Gentrification makes me so angry. Because it's colonialism. It is colonialism. It is invasion. It is invasion. It is displacement. It is invasion of the motherfucking body snatchers, which is what white people are. They're fucking aliens. They're fucking parasites. They're fucking soulless monsters. I'm so over them. So over them. You know? And they love to say, oh, well, you're the one that let your city fucking fall apart. Why didn't you fix it up? Well, unfortunately, we don't have capital just in the color of our skin. Unfortunately, we're still disenfranchised on a fucking systemic, institutionalized level. Unfortunately, we don't have access to the same type of motherfucking resources that you do, you fucking white demon y quinsuocha. Okay? Gentrification is violence, it's colonialism, it's invasion, it's displacement. It's a real fucking problem in our American cities. And white people, just go fuck yourselves, honestly. Fuck off. Ugh. Read the article. It's in the description box. It's really good. Read it. Bye.